What's up, YouTube? Zero here, and welcome to the place where gamers, witches, wizards, and superheroes unite. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Natural Order, which is a blueprint variant of the Groza in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. So you can see the setup on the screen, nothing too special. Let's get into the attachments. We have the Spetsnaz compensator, which is going to increase the vertical recoil by 12% at a cost of horizontal recoil control by 8%. We have a 16.5 CMV mil spec, which is going to increase the damage by 6% and strafe speed by 8% at a cost of max starting ammo and 40% effective damage range. That's a pretty big hit to damage. Let's talk about the underbarrel, where we have the Spetsnaz grip, which is going to increase the vertical recoil control by 6%, the horizontal recoil control by 20% at a cost of shooting move speed, 26%. Then in the handle, we have the drop shot wrap. I've used this a lot in the past. It's going to increase our flinch resistance by 50% and aim while going prone. And then finally, we have the KGB pad, which is going to increase the sprint to fire time by 30%, increase the aim walking movement speed by 40% at a cost of 30% hip fire accuracy. You can see the camo on the screen, so let's get into some gameplay and talk more about what I like and what I don't like about this blueprint variant for the Groza. Before I get into it, I do want to say that if you do enjoy this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. For more Call of Duty content, I do a bunch of Call of Duty videos, I do CDL videos, I do a bunch of other video games, so check those out as well. Without further ado, let's talk about this blueprint variant, and I want to start with the camo. As you can see when I'm aiming down the sight, I have this bear looking back at me. This is absolutely an awesome camo. I love this camo. It was unlocked from Season 1 of Call of Duty, leveling up the entire way of Season 1, 100. Level 100 from Season 1. So that's how you had to get this blueprint variant. I'm not sure if you could get it any other way, but look at the bear on the back of that gun. The camo is decent. I do really like this camo. So that was great. I love the camo. Definitely something unique and interesting. That's what I'm looking for when I get a blueprint camo. Unfortunately, some of the camos that we've seen aren't as great that we get in blueprint variants, but this one's on point. I really do enjoy this one. So thumbs up for that. Now let's talk about the setup. It is an epic blueprint, which means we do get all 5 attachments, which is really nice. So the Spetsnaz compensator, first, a lot of times you don't want to get rid of the horizontal recoil control. But what's nice about putting the Spetsnaz compensator on with the Spetsnaz grip is that we make up for it. So while we are losing 8% of that horizontal recoil control with the Spetsnaz compensator, we're making up for it with the Spetsnaz grip that does give us the plus 20%. So in total, this gun, this blueprint variant, has plus 12% horizontal recoil control. So that's very good. Then we look at the vertical recoil control, and that's plus 18%. So our recoil control is actually very good on this gun, and just using it, the recoil was good on this gun. It was easy to control. It was easy to hit my targets. I really loved the recoil control on this gun. We increased the damage. So what does that mean? Typically when you're increasing the damage, you're going to be taking away from that effective damage range. That's just how it is. To compensate for the increased damage within the game, you have to take away from the effective damage range. And we have nothing that's going to increase that effective damage range. So we have the 16.5 CMV mil spec that is giving us the plus damage, the plus strafe speed at a cost of max starting ammo, which doesn't matter, and the range. Max starting ammo, you can compensate for that by equipping Scavenger. No big deal. You lose a little bit on starting ammo to begin the game, but because this is set up to be more of a closer range gun, you're going to be getting kills in closer ranges. You should be able to pick up extra ammo by killing enemies in those closer ranges. No big deal by using Scavenger. So let's go down to the drop shot wrap. Because this is a closer range gun, you may be drop shotting a little bit more, so that's a good thing that we are getting the increased accuracy while going prone. And we also have the flinch resistance, which is always going to help us out a little bit. So that's not bad. And then we have the KGB pad. We're going to be running around. This is a closer range gun. So it's nice that we're getting that sprint to fire time, the aim walking movement speed when we're maneuvering around those close quarters, especially in a place like Nuketown that you can see me doing. The aim walking movement speed is, of course, always nice. However, the thing I don't like is taking away from the hip fire accuracy. Things that I want to do on closer range guns, which again, I'll reiterate, we're setting this gun up to be really a closer range gun. One of two things that I want to do. I either want to increase my hip fire accuracy, or I want to increase my aim down sight time, or decrease it. I want it to be quicker. This gun doesn't do that. I don't have a quicker aim down sight time. I don't have hip fire accuracy. So in those close quarter combat scenarios, it's going to be a little bit harder for me. So this gun is not the best close range gun. You want to keep it maybe to more of a middle to closer range. Out of the shotgun range, absolutely. Out of the shotgun and pistol range where you could easily get gunned. Shotguns, if people run around with a shotgun, you can be almost guaranteed that they're increasing their hip fire accuracy. It's just almost a given that when you're running around with a shotgun, you want to increase your hip fire accuracy and your aim down sight time. Recoil is not going to matter much on a shotgun. You want that one hit, one kill. Or if you're using the Gallo, you're just going to be tapping that trigger constantly until you get the kill. So that's one of the negatives about this blueprint variant. I did well in this video. I end up getting 50 eliminations and 27 deaths or something. So that was amazing. But that doesn't mean that this was the best setup. I think this is a decent setup. Maybe if I'm giving it a rating out of 10, maybe a 5 or a 6 out of 10. I think it can be a lot better though. Again, I probably wouldn't equip the KGB pad. While the aim walking movement speed increase and the sprint to fire time is great, I probably don't want to decrease that hip fire accuracy that much. Then when it comes to the drop shot wrap, I maybe would have replaced the drop shot wrap with something that gives me that hip fire accuracy or aim down sight time. If we're saying, let's get rid of the hip fire accuracy, all right, well, let's increase the quickness of my aim down sight time so I can get my gun up and kill those enemies a little bit easier in those closer ranges. So overall, I love the camo. One of my favorite camos, especially because we have that bear. I want to call it an ornament, but it's not an ornament. It's part of the gun. But because we have that bear on there staring back at me, I love it. I love the camo. The setup is okay. There are definitely better ways to go for your attachment setup on your Groza. But overall, I think it's decent, and I think you should check it out and see what you think about it. Again, the recoil control is awesome on this gun. So in those middle to closer range battles where you're kind of out of the range of shotguns, you should be able to get your headshots pretty easily with this gun. Recoil was great on it. So that is the one thing that was best about this gun. The drawback of this gun, again, just the hip fire, no aim down sight, increased or decreased, whichever way you want to look at it, just making it quicker. Well, we've talked about this blueprint. It's not bad. Let's talk about the game a little bit. And just a reminder that I have a bunch of other blueprint reviews, so check those out as well. And leave me a comment in the comment section. Did you unlock this in Season 1? Were you able to grind all the way out in the Battle Pass to get to level 100 to get this? If you did, let me know in the comments section what you think about this blueprint. If you didn't, what do you think about it based on the video? I'm curious as to if you guys are gonna use these attachments now on the Groza to see how you like it. If you do, let me know. You put these attachments on, let me know how you like it. Are you thinking it's around a 5, 6 like I am? Or maybe you like it a little bit better. Maybe you're thinking it's around an 8 or 10. Or maybe you like it worse. Maybe you're thinking it's around a 2 or 3. Overall, I'm actually really enjoying the Groza in general. I've been playing a lot of zombies lately, and I've been tearing it up with the Groza. This is just becoming one of my favorite guns in zombies. I'm just really do enjoy it. It's a nice cross between one of the longer range assault rifles and then one of the longer range submachine guns, which is always nice, especially in zombies. Zombies, you want to be a little bit quicker. You want to be able to maneuver a little bit better, which is what the Groza is able to do. Of course, depending upon your weapon setup, you can make any gun slower or faster based on your weapon setup. But in zombies, I prefer a little bit more of that mobility. Where in multiplayer, like I'm doing, I prefer a little bit more of that recoil control and accuracy because I definitely need to hit my target. But when we're facing zombies, I don't need as much of the recoil control. I need more of that movement speed so I can maneuver away from the zombies. Typically in zombies, you can build up enough cash to where you can continually resupply from the ammo crates. So you don't have to worry about that too much, about wasting your ammo if your recoil or your control of the gun isn't as on point as you'd like. But in multiplayer, your shots have to be on point because one missed shot could be the determinant if you live or die, especially when the other players could have that extra recoil control. They could be more on point than you are, and you don't want to miss your shots. I almost messed it up there. Good thing I didn't. Good thing the enemy wasn't paying attention. But that's just one thing I'm talking about. You don't want to miss your shots. You want to be able to hit all of your shots. And I'm running out of ammo. What is this? I got scavenger on. I wasn't paying attention. So that is one drawback of, you can see I have 30 and 30. Normally it's like 30 and 60. So I do have one less clip. But again, because this is a closer range gun, most of the time you should be able to get that scavenger. I could, if I want to, run over that dude's dead body, get my scavenger, and replenish my ammo. But in that situation, I kind of wanted to make sure that none of his teammates were coming up, because on Nuketown, it's almost constant. You know that enemies could be around any corner at any moment, whereas on some other maps, some of the bigger maps, you don't always have to worry about that. But you should always be checking your corners, making sure that an enemy's not coming up, and using cues on the map, whether it's your mini map, whether sometimes you can see a shadow, things like that, that can make it easier to spot enemies. So those are just things that you want to be aware of when you are playing in multiplayer. Bonus tips and tricks in this video if you stuck around until the end. On these secondaries are actually dual Diamatis. I got it from the Violet anime pack. They're actually really good. I do recommend using the dual Diamatis. They are absolutely sweet. Although there are better dual pistols in the game. The dual Magnums are a one-hit kill. They are insane. I've seen people use them, but I just don't want to grind out for them because I just don't want to run around with a Magnum. It is a lot harder to use a single Magnum than some of the other pistols in the game. I think the 1911 is probably the best pistol in the game. That's just my opinion. But if you can hit your shots with the Magnum, it is dirty. It could be a one-hit headshot kill. So if you're good with accuracy, the Magnum is on point. So thank you all for sticking around to the end of the video. I really do appreciate it. Let me know in the comments section what blueprint variants you want me to take a look at next, or what other Call of Duty videos you'd like to see. Well, until next time, peace.